Kicks every day. Kicks every day. Your half-brother is the decorator. Your half-brother is the decorator. Shouldn't it be stored every month? Shouldn't it be stored every month? I have a stick team. I have a stick team. She was taking a nap on the sofa after a long day of work. She was taking a nap on the sofa after a long day of work. I'm feeling a little lost, can you point me in the right direction? I'm feeling a little lost, can you point me in the right direction? In the afternoon, we should be homeowners. In the afternoon, we should be homeowners. Is a naturalist at dawn. Is a naturalist at dawn. Is he assessing at 4 in the morning? Is he assessing at 4 in the morning? It was the promise. It was the promise. Your brother-in-law was the speaker. Your brother-in-law was the speaker. Must progress. Must progress. We will weld every month. We will weld every month. I will start a new business. I will start a new business. Therapist at sunrise? Therapist at sunrise? His mother is an agent. His mother is an agent. He has been painting for hours. He has been painting for hours. They can give training after 3 nights. They can give training after 3 nights. Dead leaves rustled in the wind. Dead leaves rustled in the wind. Worried every now and then? Worried every now and then? Could you decide? Could you decide? I can continue from time to time. I can continue from time to time. Have you designed it now? Have you designed it now? Can you help me with this task? Can you help me with this task? We didn't become blacksmiths right away. We didn't become blacksmiths right away. They couldn't compare on a daily basis. They couldn't compare on a daily basis. Could you pass me the salt, please? Could you pass me the salt, please? She was trying on different outfits for a job interview. She was trying on different outfits for a job interview. Rarely promises. Rarely promises. Didn't we answer? Didn't we answer? This is something beyond the reach of human knowledge. This is something beyond the reach of human knowledge. The foot of the mountain is covered with snow. The foot of the mountain is covered with snow. What's your favorite? What's your favorite? Where are you from today? Where are you from today? Let me work on it. Let me work on it. Do they get points often? Do they get points often? They have not been fed before at 2 a.m. They have not been fed before at 2 a.m. Where can I find a place to do laundry on campus? Where can I find a place to do laundry on campus? So look, you live alone. So look, you live alone. Still, there are some questions that need clarification. Still, there are some questions that need clarification. You must always manage. You must always manage. Will not create them every day. Will not create them every day. Had I settled in at noon? Had I settled in at noon? His stepfather was a ballerina. His stepfather was a ballerina. Weren't they often surgeons? Weren't they often surgeons? Have you been brewing before? Have you been brewing before? Emotional. Emotional. Won't find it at sunset. Won't find it at sunset. So what are we doing now? So what are we doing now? You go out with your friends on Fridays. You go out with your friends on Fridays. He couldn't speak normally. He couldn't speak normally. I have to fast for medical tests. I have to fast for medical tests. The news starts at 6 o'clock. The news starts at 6 o'clock. Features can be scary. Features can be scary. Sorry for the complete absence of flavor. Sorry for the complete absence of flavor. You are not often an operator. You are not often an operator. Usually we can't. Usually we can't. Joe is with me. Joe is with me. It may not be everyday blogger. It may not be everyday blogger. Can we rent a quiet place? Can we rent a quiet place? Have I become an industrialist now? Have I become an industrialist now? Did he come with? Did he come with? It was not the place. It was not the place. His brother was an accountant. His brother was an accountant. Shouldn't they notice yearly? Shouldn't they notice yearly? They do sports with their friends on the weekends. They do sports with their friends on the weekends. I need to convert this dollar to euro. I need to convert this dollar to euro. It should connect after a minute. It should connect after a minute. It wasn't as fateful as it was. It wasn't as fateful as it was. Would we have a kick in the twilight? Would we have a kick in the twilight? Our husband is the guide. Our husband is the guide. His stepfather is a rower. His stepfather is a rower. Attractive. Attractive. You go to the river to fish. You go to the river to fish. It would expand after 2 nights. It would expand after 2 nights. You should be a night columnist. You should be a night columnist. Don't they jump? Don't they jump? I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. You shouldn't be a nighttime scavenger. You shouldn't be a nighttime scavenger. John fell to the ground quickly in the garden 2 days ago. John fell to the ground quickly in the garden 2 days ago. I remove. From one candidate to another. From one candidate to another. Number of people who occur frequently in the office. Number of people who occur frequently in the office. Wasn't he an alchemist 5 years ago? Wasn't he an alchemist 5 years ago? I'm going to build a gingerbread house with my kids. I'm going to build a gingerbread house with my kids. Do we have deep link URLs? What is this URL? Do we have deep link URLs? What is this URL? I'm not going to be a banker every month. I'm not going to be a banker every month. Can he sign then? Can he sign then? Was his stepfather a shop assistant? Was his stepfather a shop assistant? I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know if I can trust you. He prefers to be alone in his spare time. He prefers to be alone in his spare time. How many pieces of luggage will you have? How many pieces of luggage will you have? He uses a smartphone to stay connected. He uses a smartphone to stay connected. Is her daughter a sociologist? Is her daughter a sociologist? Would he not trust? Would he not trust? They will not start construction until they get the permits. They will not start construction until they get the permits. She wears a necklace every day. She wears a necklace every day. 2 I will work. 2 I will work. What should I do? What should I do? That name. That name. Neighbors truckers. Neighbors truckers. I'll have you checked out by the doctor. I'll have you checked out by the doctor. Future. Future. I'm going to the bowling alley. I'm going to the bowling alley. They don't get monthly. They don't get monthly. What is the purpose of your trip? What is the purpose of your trip? Your cousins were oncologists. Your cousins were oncologists. Our half-brother was an astronomer. Our half-brother was an astronomer. I was studying when my father came home. I was studying when my father came home. I'm on a diet so I can't eat it. I'm on a diet so I can't eat it. Was our nephew a gardener? Was our nephew a gardener? The shop is far from my house. The shop is far from my house. This is urgent. This is urgent. If it's cloudy, I won't go out. If it's cloudy, I won't go out. Your cousins were garbage collectors. Your cousins were garbage collectors. Direct your anger towards the right person. Direct your anger towards the right person. I am a student and want to improve my grades. I am a student and want to improve my grades. I can't wait for a fun-filled weekend. I can't wait for a fun-filled weekend. If it doesn't snow, I'll go out. If it doesn't snow, I'll go out. Shouldn't survive after 4 nights. Shouldn't survive after 4 nights. Would he start a war? Would he start a war? We'll cry at sunset. We'll cry at sunset. They don't leave later in the morning. They don't leave later in the morning. All the guests are gone and the party is over. All the guests are gone and the party is over. Can I do plumbing at dusk? Can I do plumbing at dusk? Wouldn't he offer? Wouldn't he offer? Shouldn't you give permission? Shouldn't you give permission? Would post weekly. Would post weekly. They were to become paramedics in the afternoon. They were to become paramedics in the afternoon. Whose turn is it? Whose turn is it? How did you study? How did you study? I am good, thanks. I am good, thanks. Were we winning 3 in the morning before? Were we winning 3 in the morning before? We cannot escape. We cannot escape. We've been studying for our exam all weekend. We've been studying for our exam all weekend. I work as a teacher. I work as a teacher. He has been painting for hours. He has been painting for hours. Mary will realize this. Mary will realize this. He will start his own business next year. He will start his own business next year. We are promoting next year. We are promoting next year. Will not use. Will not use. Let me know when you need something. Let me know when you need something. I have a big brick house. I have a big brick house. I just had lunch. I just had lunch. Shake. Shake. I will post every week. I will post every week. Should they be paramedics every day? Should they be paramedics every day? Responsible. Responsible. Should I mention it soon? Should I mention it soon? Do I ever evaluate? Do I ever evaluate? What can I give you? What can I give you? Can we get these files? Can we get these files? Can you bring it right now? Can you bring it right now? Encourage. Encourage. Should he teach soon? Should he teach soon? They ran a marathon. They ran a marathon. They cannot fail. They cannot fail. He may not like it. He may not like it. They go to the theater on special occasions. They go to the theater on special occasions. Everyone should have the right to vote. Everyone should have the right to vote. Should I not install? Should I not install? May never report. May never report. Rarely will he care. Rarely will he care. Under. Under. Yes, breakfast is included in your room. Yes, breakfast is included in your room. I got promoted at work. I got promoted at work. I watch the sunset every evening. I watch the sunset every evening. Should it never be removed? Should it never be removed? Can't they settle in later at 1 a.m.? Can't they settle in later at 1 a.m.? Do you have to include? Do you have to include? I'm between Isabel and Oscar. I'm between Isabel and Oscar. An air fryer is a healthier way to fry food. An air fryer is a healthier way to fry food. Would sink. Would sink. Won't he remember every week? Won't he remember every week? Do you know what this is called in English? Do you know what this is called in English? May I have your insurance information, please? May I have your insurance information, please? You have to climb. You have to climb. Couldn't he focus? Couldn't he focus? I like hot bread. I like hot bread. Were his cousins cops? Were his cousins cops? March 24th. March 24th. Where are you from today? Where are you from today? I'm in the room with the dresser. I'm in the room with the dresser. I will be working. I will be working. The army is on the move. The army is on the move. I'm tired of your tears. I'm tired of your tears. 3. Yes, there is Wi-Fi in our hotel. 3. Yes, there is Wi-Fi in our hotel. Will it be the police? Will it be the police? They'll be rehearsing for 2 weeks when the concert starts. They'll be rehearsing for 2 weeks when the concert starts. There are no empty seats in the theater. There are no empty seats in the theater. You don't direct. You don't direct. He wasn't a filmmaker at noon. He wasn't a filmmaker at noon. What is your job? What is your job? Hasn't he been angling before at 4 a.m.? Hasn't he been angling before at 4 a.m.? He should be an aviator immediately. He should be an aviator immediately. Beneath the surface, there were some underlying issues. Beneath the surface, there were some underlying issues. We're going to play football in the park this weekend. We're going to play football in the park this weekend. The attitude I'm trying to try is a shot, so I'll attribute the atmosphere to the August sun. The attitude I'm trying to try is a shot, so I'll attribute the atmosphere to the August sun. Confidently. Confidently. We will do it from time to time. We will do it from time to time. I eat a lot of apples. I eat a lot of apples. Could send annually. Could send annually. I stroked my chest as I coughed. I stroked my chest as I coughed. Should the producer never be? Should the producer never be? The answer is certain. The answer is certain. Is her stepdad a surgeon? Is her stepdad a surgeon? Was her aunt a nurse? Was her aunt a nurse? Then I have to call my family. Then I have to call my family. Won't it compare? Won't it compare? Sandwich stuffing. Sandwich stuffing. He asked. He asked. We may not agree right away. We may not agree right away. Couldn't he have been a professor before? Couldn't he have been a professor before? Are we locked in next year? Are we locked in next year? But, every day should be a photographer. Every day should be a photographer. I don't notice anything in particular about these. I don't notice anything in particular about these. Didn't they go to the notary weekly? Didn't they go to the notary weekly? Our grandfathers were lieutenants. Our grandfathers were lieutenants. He couldn't be a weekly cop. He couldn't be a weekly cop. I'm in the room with the supplies. I'm in the room with the supplies. I am having lunch with my friends. I am having lunch with my friends. Are their grandchildren sheriffs? Are their grandchildren sheriffs? Can't buy normally. Can't buy normally. I didn't answer every day. I didn't answer every day. I had rehearsed the song before I went to the show. I had rehearsed the song before I went to the show. Write about the definition of mindful eating. Write about the definition of mindful eating. Will you go to the school? Will you go to the school? The police officer said we should leave the area. The police officer said we should leave the area. Are their relatives nurses? Are their relatives nurses? I'm likely to sort my shoes neatly in my closet. I'm likely to sort my shoes neatly in my closet. You wouldn't be an occasional lawyer. You wouldn't be an occasional lawyer. We rent a quiet flat. We rent a quiet flat. Should you do it later? Should you do it later? Turn right at the next corner. Turn right at the next corner. They become cops every week. They become cops every week. Was he posting weekly? Was he posting weekly? I am a human being and I want to improve my life. I am a human being and I want to improve my life. Any cheese left in the fridge? Any cheese left in the fridge? Do you have to be a plumber after 5 days? Do you have to be a plumber after 5 days? Shouldn't they be lumberjacks every day? Shouldn't they be lumberjacks every day? Was to leave. Was to leave. He would announce at dawn. He would announce at dawn. Can we live at sunrise? Can we live at sunrise? They will not be shared soon. They will not be shared soon. We went sailing on the lake. We went sailing on the lake. Can I get you something else before I go? Can I get you something else before I go? We traveled to New York. We traveled to New York. I'm going to the dentist at 3 o'clock today. I'm going to the dentist at 3 o'clock today. Do they create? Do they create? Can't you push it the night before? Can't you push it the night before? Can happen every day. Can happen every day. I am football player. I am football player. Rarely do we pass. Rarely do we pass. Are you organized? Are you organized? They don't care. They don't care. I love the smell of freshly cut grass. I love the smell of freshly cut grass. I'm in the room with the plants. I'm in the room with the plants. Can you help me find a quiet place to make a phone call? Can you help me find a quiet place to make a phone call? He paints as a hobby. He paints as a hobby. Was her grandmother a songwriter? Was her grandmother a songwriter? Would he learn? Would he learn? Can he handle the afternoon? Can he handle the afternoon? He will finish his book by the end of the week. He will finish his book by the end of the week. I'm going to the zoo. I'm going to the zoo. Did you see her? Did you see her? Can they insist right away? Can they insist right away? Have you decided what you want to eat? Have you decided what you want to eat? Can you be a pharmacist at dusk? Can you be a pharmacist at dusk? Would he prove it? Would he prove it? Must be a golfer at sunset. Must be a golfer at sunset. I don't want to buy this car. I don't want to buy this car. Would not close at sunrise. Would not close at sunrise. Will she dance then? Will she dance then? Were you open every week? Were you open every week? They continue every month. They continue every month. Her stepdaughter was a reporter. Her stepdaughter was a reporter. He was able to accept the job offer. He was able to accept the job offer. Can we get a positive result? Can we get a positive result? It may not burn after 3 hours. It may not burn after 3 hours. Can I have your flight itinerary, please? Can I have your flight itinerary, please? Will he lie after 4 months? Will he lie after 4 months? Did we like this song? Did we like this song? Was your stepson a pharmacist? Was your stepson a pharmacist? Are your grandparents the announcers? Are your grandparents the announcers? Can you play weekly? Can you play weekly? I will see you. I will see you. They are not complete. They are not complete. I am manager. I am manager. When is the restaurant open? When is the restaurant open? Do you want to go shopping? Do you want to go shopping? Is your stepmother a golfer? Is your stepmother a golfer? I can leave you if you want. I can leave you if you want. Aren't we missionaries after a weekend? Aren't we missionaries after a weekend? I love watching movies. I love watching movies. Who can support us? Who can support us? Shouldn't you be putting 4 weekends back? Shouldn't you be putting 4 weekends back? He was reading a book when his phone rang. He was reading a book when his phone rang. Shouldn't we lose right now? Shouldn't we lose right now? They often have fun. They often have fun. Do they usually play games? Do they usually play games? 4 minutes later would be fine. 4 minutes later would be fine. He shouldn't be a sportscaster every week. He shouldn't be a sportscaster every week. If you don't come to me, I will be angry with you. If you don't come to me, I will be angry with you. What is your name? What is your name? Shouldn't he be the judge? Shouldn't he be the judge? Can't he be a scavenger in 2 weeks? Can't he be a scavenger in 2 weeks? Would she not tremble? Would she not tremble? Can you race the car driver at sunrise? Can you race the car driver at sunrise? Did not behave. Did not behave. We did the test on Android. We did the test on Android. His neighbor was an esthetician. His neighbor was an esthetician. I may have to work over the weekend to finish this project. I may have to work over the weekend to finish this project. Recommended every year. Recommended every year. Are we singing? Are we singing? I take care of my money. I take care of my money. Ahead. Ahead. Exceeded last year. Exceeded last year. Are they working then? Are they working then? Can you tell me all about it? Can you tell me all about it? Should not be discovered. Should not be discovered. But we are using the car. But we are using the car. I wasn't an everyday psychologist. I wasn't an everyday psychologist. Good morning. How are you feeling today? Good morning. How are you feeling today? We impose daily. We impose daily. Should I go to the pediatrician at sunrise? Should I go to the pediatrician at sunrise? If we hurry, we can catch the last train. If we hurry, we can catch the last train. Her husband is a lawyer. Her husband is a lawyer. They were invited 1 year ago. They were invited 1 year ago. Should it never be removed? Should it never be removed? Was your spouse a bishop? Was your spouse a bishop? She was doing the laundry when she ran out of detergent. She was doing the laundry when she ran out of detergent. I need to buy a new toaster with more slots. I need to buy a new toaster with more slots. He ran the marathon last year. He ran the marathon last year. You serve at night. You serve at night. I don't notice anything special about the experience. I don't notice anything special about the experience. He played football with his friends. He played football with his friends. He was born in a small town. He was born in a small town. I can't believe you said such a thing. I can't believe you said such a thing. Misperception. Misperception. 3. Do you want to come with me? 3. Do you want to come with me? Don't we play? Don't we play? Can you produce? Can you produce? Did we hunt at dawn? Did we hunt at dawn? They've seen the Grand Canyon. They've seen the Grand Canyon. Shouldn't it be reduced at noon? Shouldn't it be reduced at noon? We will close. We will close. I can be a nighttime beautician. I can be a nighttime beautician. Did not put it in place at dusk. Did not put it in place at dusk. Shouldn't we pour? Shouldn't we pour? Shouldn't it roll? Shouldn't it roll? Would they monk every week? Would they monk every week? Didn't come out last year. Didn't come out last year. I need to buy some textbooks. Where can I find the campus bookstore? I need to buy some textbooks. Where can I find the campus bookstore? Should they forget? Should they forget? We can trust. We can trust. Is our aunt watching? Is our aunt watching? They were never implemented. They were never implemented. Was I set? Was I set? Should save at sunrise. Should save at sunrise. They must persuade. They must persuade. Thank you for your recommendation. Thank you for your recommendation. Will you join the party? Will you join the party? I can teach every year. I can teach every year. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Was her mother a painter? Was her mother a painter? Can you give more details about this project? Can you give more details about this project? Wouldn't he have planned? Wouldn't he have planned? His sister was an inventor. His sister was an inventor. Debris. Debris. I want to see your sister. I want to see your sister. I studied Spanish in high school. I studied Spanish in high school. Must be a daily cashier. Must be a daily cashier. Did we impress? Did we impress? They were to become paramedics in the afternoon. They were to become paramedics in the afternoon. Can't make cream often? Can't make cream often? Have you ever had a ready meal? Have you ever had a ready meal? Caressing. Caressing. Would he be injured? Would he be injured? Can be selected immediately. Can be selected immediately. The situation is beyond repair. The situation is beyond repair. They may not be affected. They may not be affected. Can you please get your back? Can you please get your back? His stepson cameraman. His stepson cameraman. I only have one chance to do this job. I only have one chance to do this job. Would he learn? Would he learn? I'm constantly thinking of you. I'm constantly thinking of you. I can live in 3 seconds. I can live in 3 seconds. What day will be tomorrow? What day will be tomorrow? Far from the shore, we could see the island from afar. Far from the shore, we could see the island from afar. Despite better judgment, I agreed to help. Despite better judgment, I agreed to help. He will come close. He will come close. Can he arrest every day? Can he arrest every day? You wouldn't dance occasionally. You wouldn't dance occasionally. He was studying for final exams in college. He was studying for final exams in college. Shouldn't go to war. Shouldn't go to war. Can't it be at sunrise? Can't it be at sunrise? They would like. They would like. They sat in the front row to watch the concert. They sat in the front row to watch the concert. Gaining weight. Gaining weight. It's our turn. It's our turn. The Democratic and Republican candidate got into a heated argument. The Democratic and Republican candidate got into a heated argument. His father was a translator. His father was a translator. Are we daily servants? Are we daily servants? Who exactly should I send this message to? Who exactly should I send this message to? I have a lot of courage. I have a lot of courage. Should not be limited. Should not be limited. Shouldn't they match? Shouldn't they match? Before I started, I studied drawing. Before I started, I studied drawing. Now both of my children are in college. Now both of my children are in college. The dog attacked the postman. The dog attacked the postman. Teresa in the chair. Teresa in the chair. Does it have to appear? Does it have to appear? Was your father an actor? Was your father an actor? Her stepmothers were translators. Her stepmothers were translators. Should not leave every day. Should not leave every day. Related to. Related to. Pleased. Pleased. I have a back pain. I have a back pain. Can you always see? Can you always see? Rarely an esthetician? Rarely an esthetician? You cannot do this. You cannot do this. Because I am busy with my job. Because I am busy with my job. The surgeon will be here to talk to you before the procedure. The surgeon will be here to talk to you before the procedure. Your mission is nonsense. Your mission is nonsense. Did not analyze immediately. Did not analyze immediately. Didn't we invite you every day? Didn't we invite you every day? The teacher will need to grade your exams before they can calculate your final grade. The teacher will need to grade your exams before they can calculate your final grade. He is not visiting. He is not visiting. Does it diversify? Does it diversify? Politics is a popular way to gain power. Politics is a popular way to gain power. You were a nurse. You were a nurse. We'll review. We'll review. Can we rent a quiet place? Can we rent a quiet place? Would they listen at sunrise? Would they listen at sunrise? The situation is not open to interpretation. The situation is not open to interpretation. You should get this. You should get this. I bought a new car last month. I bought a new car last month. I can't touch my nose with my elbow. I can't touch my nose with my elbow. Shouldn't we be lieutenants right away? Shouldn't we be lieutenants right away? Fancy dress? Fancy dress? Wouldn't it add at dawn? Wouldn't it add at dawn? The anesthesiologist will be with you to explain the anesthesia options. The anesthesiologist will be with you to explain the anesthesia options. Did we dress up last year? Did we dress up last year? I don't know where you will be. I don't know where you will be. We will be ready according to plan. We will be ready according to plan. I need to buy a new makeup. I need to buy a new makeup. Do you have any allergies? Do you have any allergies? His brothers were lecturers. His brothers were lecturers. His brother was an ecologist. His brother was an ecologist. Will there be a deal at dawn? Will there be a deal at dawn? Didn't he say? Didn't he say? Can you review? Can you review? I have a lot of standards. I have a lot of standards. I do not have time. I do not have time. Were his cousins dietitians? Were his cousins dietitians? Shouldn't they match? Shouldn't they match? Did they answer? Did they answer? How many languages can you speak? How many languages can you speak? Is your brother a geologist? Is your brother a geologist? Is his grandfather a witch? Is his grandfather a witch? I'm staying at the hotel. I'm staying at the hotel. You will have lunch with your colleagues in an hour. You will have lunch with your colleagues in an hour. Was she a stylist 2 years ago? Was she a stylist 2 years ago? Her grandmother is a manicurist. Her grandmother is a manicurist. My father left home before I came. My father left home before I came. I'm in the room at the end of the hallway. I'm in the room at the end of the hallway. Am I not an announcer soon? Am I not an announcer soon? Was your mother a model? Was your mother a model? How many people attend the meeting exactly? How many people attend the meeting exactly? Is his uncle a stockbroker? Is his uncle a stockbroker? Should we touch? Should we touch? We will close. We will close. How often do you go to your mother? How often do you go to your mother? Except for a few minor details, the project was completed. Except for a few minor details, the project was completed. Was our son a barista? Was our son a barista? He will visit his family next weekend. He will visit his family next weekend. I love you. I love you. My stepfather is an aviator. My stepfather is an aviator. You weren't a vocalist 3 days ago. You weren't a vocalist 3 days ago. Car looks good. Car looks good. I was arrested for a crime I didn't commit. I was arrested for a crime I didn't commit. My grandchildren are conductors. My grandchildren are conductors. Is he rarely a teacher? Is he rarely a teacher? You can appeal 10 years. You can appeal 10 years. I will be working on this project for 6 months by the end of the year. I will be working on this project for 6 months by the end of the year. I'm going to the cemetery. I'm going to the cemetery. He is next to you. He is next to you. My stepfather was an educator. My stepfather was an educator. What is unconscious bias? What is unconscious bias? Will I impose? Will I impose? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I have an appointment with the doctor for tomorrow. I have an appointment with the doctor for tomorrow. Can you help me find the campus security office? Can you help me find the campus security office? Should call every year. Should call every year. Subtract. Subtract. I can't train often. I can't train often. I was really impressed with the movie and can't wait to watch it again. I was really impressed with the movie and can't wait to watch it again. Will I pay? Will I pay? They will host a dinner party. They will host a dinner party.